Hello, my last gamer. Welcome to the video. I just wanted to let you know I do have a Discord and a Twitter if you ever want to interact with me or say hi or have a conversation. And if you ever want to catch these videos live, head over to my Twitch and my Kick and come hang out. I sometimes don't talk. That's unfortunately one of my mini quirks. Is my inability to formulate thoughts as my brain focuses in on what I'm doing, and then I'll just forget to speak. So I'm always up to hang out and chat with anyone that stops by. So hope you enjoyed the video. Welcome to. Oh my god, we don't have any time because I took way too much time with that. You needs to create a backdoor and encrypt the security system and make it evacuate. I need this to all be positives. Positives, please, for the love of God. Stop being neutral! I think I'm fucked. Well, I don't have any dice, so I have to end the cycle. Alright, time checks the door if I get on the bill. They've locked the ship to the station. We can't release the docking. Our credentials are being refused. We're trapped. Looks away towards the source of the sound. I don't know if we're here, but certainly want to get in. I reckon we have minutes before they get out. Cut a torch. What do we do? Speed lines are a bust. They aren't gonna happen now. Our best chance is to burn out of here as fast as we can. We can hope to drift to take us to the station around of fuel. Might live a few more cycles before we starve. Problem is we need to release the locks to export. Otherwise, we aren't going anywhere. I need to pilot ship, so what I'm saying, I have to release the locks. Exactly, Sleep. Gives you a dark look. Main manual release lever in the docking bridge itself, but to get to them, we're going to have to go through the airlock. He rolls hard. Once you do that, you need to get back in the docking bridge to release it. If you mess it up, you're likely to be sent spinning to the void. I can do that. There's nothing else to be said. Time's up. Come down to it. I'll get to the controls the moment you're back. Burn hard. He clasps you both on the shoulders, and then without saying anything, he releases you, guides you out of the room. Now the airlock as quickly as you can. You think you can see the heels, but you don't need to breathe. Banging on the sides. This won't quite for the storm. You take a moment waiting inside the airlock. It cycles, and the second exterior door opens up. You go. As you like, the scene in front of you appears in slow motion. Two figures a little way down the docking bridge, wearing dark spacesuits, a canister being carried between them. Meanwhile, floating between you and them is a heavy cutting torch, not spinning by the opening airlock. You see release lever, yellow striped hazard just beyond the hunters. Cut the bridge. You know, if you're lucky, you can only have a moment before you make your move. You change your plan, ignoring the levers. You instead reach out for the heavy cutting torch. Your hand grasps the handle, and on once of motion, you ignite it, run along the edge of the bridge. Flame goes hot, release the yellow sparks in the air. You identify the weak spots in the structure and slice them. The bridge shifts violently in response. As the shudders and twists, the frame melting away, you feel a projectile slicing through the air around you. The hunters are firing. Stream blocks out all the sounds. As you feel an urgent pull tugging you away from the ship, tunnel bends sickeningly and the corners come apart. But you're close enough to the ship that you manage to kick back away from the twisting storm of debris. Tunnel what the tunnel becomes. My God, why am I coughing? See the dark suits of hunters among retreating back to the station airlock side. But as they do, they hail projectile slices across the void. You have no time to react. One of your dice has been broken due to losing all the dice health. You can be repaired at the rig. Costs support. impact shutting a whole section of your frame. You spin towards the open airlock. Your vision flashes with warning sigils, and you feel a distant throbbing pain. Final thing you feel before you lose consciousness is the impact of your body against the interior airlock, the cycling system, and the heavy weight of the ship fuel burn. But he wakes you up, his word cut across the belt. Try to move, feel a wave flickering pain through your body. You flinch, steadying your nerves. Strapped to the cockpit seat. Sheriff doesn't have noticed. Seraphim doesn't seem to have noticed you're awake. Your mouth to speak, but no words come out. The crackle of noise echoes through the ship's comms. Sheriff glanced nervously as the console. Something has been spooked. Sleeper. The voice just started to cut through you. Lane. Are you there? Hissing pause. You're slipping away. Squawk noise, but we can't have that. Understand, Seraphim isn't reacting to the sound Lane's voice, then you realize he can't hear it. The voice is in your head. I take this personally, Sleeper. Inhale a breath. After all my investment, all my care, extend upon you. This you'll pay me. I see a little something glinting out there. Lance, can that be you? Don't move, you don't breathe. All you can hear is Lane's voice. Something shifts in you, a sudden impulse. It is a will to move, not your own. You unclip the restraint, float towards Seraphim. You're up. You'll take it slow, right? There's some sort of transmission coming to Hexport. Some kind of evac order. Let me check this. You move toward it. Something isn't right. You don't feel right. This goes about your fingers flexing without your input. You reach out towards Seraphim. Not you. Something reaches through you. You catch him again, reaching for him, gasping his neck. Tension flares in his eyes. Fear. Hissing sound moment. A rumbling blast. All at once, rig screams, system seizing, electronic imperialist. All at once, ships carried on some shockwave like pain and darkness. You're dying! Voices echo warmly through your mind. You can't make out what's being said or any attempt to focus on what's growing your flare pain. You float, you cannot feel your body, its weight. The feeling's pleasant, soothing. The moment you realize it begins to fade, the pain shoots through your system, a reminder of the terrible damage you suffered. It's bright, hot, white pain for a moment, and then it's gone. Something spasms in your fingers. Away, a sensation crosses your soul. Foot, get away, a weight settles in your chest. You wake, your eyes light up across a surface pattern with a stain cushion. You're alone. The voice is replaced by hum cycling air. Distinct clank of maintenance systems. You're alone, and this is not your ship. You jerk upright, and the straps hold you loosely beneath. Suddenly, confronted with the last thing you remember, an overwhelming numbness, and an accepted enemy force creep through your mind. You pull the straps free from yourself, floating up to a small habitation room, cushion worn, your mind bullet racing. You search back, remember only Seraphim shouts, and the sudden acceleration of the rig and darkness, a chill runs through you. Cold lights fills the room. You float over to the dark square window. You see the stars. Skeletal docking bridge. This is the station. Sudden hiss draws your attention. The door slides open. A puff equalizing pressure. Entering a figure. Sees you wake you up. They hesitate in the doorway. Who are you? They laugh nervously. Right, we didn't meet. They glance back to the doorway as a look for help. I'm Bliss. I'm not sure what to add. They're not sure what to add. You're Seraphim from him? I'm sorry. He brought you here. Here? Right. This is my room. They glance around. Not much. I know we're on the repair. We're in my repair bay. It's on the far spindle. You know where it is, right? Is this in the belt? Yeah, they smile in the belt. Look around the room again. Come on, let's go somewhere a little more comfortable. If they hold your hand, you're safe, don't worry. Follow them up the corridor, gliding behind them. They move at ease somewhere. One is either Boeing 0G or someone that most of life in it. I kind of just want to restart to see if I can get a better outcome. Yeah, I want to go and see if I can get a better outcome, because I did kind of fuck around with that one ship for too long. more than I should have stuck around for. And I didn't really ever use the push mechanic, which is probably a really stupid thing that I didn't do. Although if I get taken control again because of the reasons and I go out again, I'm going to be very annoyed with this game. Concerned crowds across his face, Lance. Blinks if you're at you are asking who Lance is? He goes, what station are you on? The door. Now you can do this. Seraphim nods. That what feels like right. You can never get far away from that shithead. Shiver runs through him. You know that he suffered much as you did on the land's care. Borrow yourself sometimes. He glanced at the cockpit window. You may not remember Hexaport but I do. Plenty of opportunities if we can keep our heads down. That's what we'll do. He pushes off and lights to the main lock. And you follow. Yeah, ahead might be what coming. You need to work. The first step, but one then what? Lane's coming eventually. Sooner you can put distance between you and Hexport, the better. The plan's rest, resupply, and run. Shake your thought. I had to pull the jacket. Let's see what Hexport has to offer. You kick off. All right, so I'm just doing it to avoid Hexport docks. Actually, wait, no, there was at least meeting that other crew member there, so I will explore it. Look up for something that could break up the fight with the cooling pipe. The ally, well, you try to quickly understand the system. Choose a valve. Start spinning as you do. The system begins event sequence. The sequence down the alleyway, vital jets, groups and group. The scramble across the alleyway as you spot a figure who's being attacked. Drop down. The alley fuller, the scene blanketed by pale coolant. Everything goes still. Clouds settle on the consistency of the pipes as you see a clear alleyway. The silence fled when figure comes toward you. Suppose you think that was clever. The man gives you a severe look. You're either very smart, he shakes his head, or very lucky. Those jets must be, which is I was helping. I can't push, so I better just end the cycle. No trouble, sleeper. Oh yeah, this is the whole pipes, fuel pipes. They're gonna just kind of rush through this. Mm. Yeah, because I had already gotten that like a day or two at Ford, so it's actually a lot better that I'm leaving immediately. Okay, I actually don't want to finish that too fast. I forget I can push myself. What am I doing? Complete it one cycle faster. Glad to have you. But since we got all the supplies, it's time to go again. Carefully, it brings the ship close to Derek, guides it along the hull. The rig's lights rip over the broken surface, finding gaps and cracks everywhere. It seems remarkable. The Derek can still held together. Shit. Cockpit. He pushes the rig beneath it, squeezing beneath the debris. The rig, airspeed reach. The rig scrapes across the Derek's skin. You freeze for a moment. Wait for the breach siren to sound, but passes. You let the hear from the face portrays no emotion. It's safe. I'm going to find somewhere better to settle the ship. We need to suit up and work our way along the hull foot. You look back, see Junji, her eyes still... She's still in her seat. Eyes wide, you okay? Looks at you, there's a sudden, unfamiliar hardness in her eyes, surprise you. Then, a moment later, it's gone. The glaze softens. I'm okay. She does a flat smile. Don't worry. It brings the ship away, Derek a whole inch by inch, then slowly brings it around. Still close, most intact plate section, fairly free debris. We should be good to hold on here. He unclips the seat, fell suit, glide down. The airlock falls out, can't feel judged. But you can't feel judged. So reach the airlock, Seraphim windsuiting up. We're lucky the local collision hasn't started to cascade. They'll end this whole place. It's coming apart on our feet. Madly kicks his leg, so if he tries to clear it by own carelessness. This is a delicate job, he says quietly, so the decor will be fragile. If you do glance the direction of you can serve him, very fragile. Understood. I just wanted to see what happened in the other way. Because I know he tries to latch to the ship and it fucking causes a bunch of damage. You don't need a helmet to breathe. Yeah. Okay, so we damage a ship regardless of what we do. I don't feel like causing myself stress for a +2 on that fucking 3, and that one dies. Yeah, I'm not going to start taking apart the ship. Not taking apart the ship until we get that data core. Oh, it's so fucking garbage. Yeah, we actually have time where I'm not fucked. The supplies are very fucking expensive. I'd rather him have the chance of finding supplies than giving me like 3 or 4 cryo a day. So the sound of fist on keyboard wakes you from scrolling code on the terminal. Turn to see Junji, where she half smile on her face. She flips cross-legged with her deck on her lap. The blue light of the strap on the screen makes her eyes glint with their glittering excitement. Got him. Kirsten's whole system's mine. You push away from the terminal guide. Running the mapping protocol now. I want to know every little dusty corner of his network. So much to map? She says, weirdly there is. It's coming up now. Kirsten seems pretty paranoid. The whole system is iced over with some serious security. She frowns. What are all these layers of? Her pulse crashes across her face, changing her features. Shit. Her fingers dance across the keyboard. Something's closing the port. Need another flash. Your screen goes blank. Fist hit the keyboard again harder. We've been kicked out. She rapidly shakes her head. There's no way to salvage shop should have that kind of countermeasure. She looks troubled. Maybe you peeked in the wrong corner. Is that it? We locked out? She looks you over. It seems so. I think Christian's involved some nasty stuff. She rubs her forehead in thought. Wait. Her fingers cross the keyboard. The screen flickers the command. A complex node of graphs assembled on the screen. A mess. Connections. The mapping protocol did enough. Security systems. All the security systems are there. She indicates a dark web of broken connections. We didn't get what's here, but something seems like we found some sort of archive. Not what we want. I wonder what's there. She shrugs. Some big data haul thrall. Looks like copies of old drives he found. Could be just a load of data left over from salvage jobs that he thinks are worth something. She smiles. He's a meathead with no eye for data, so probably a load of bug logs, he thinks. Or Solheim's circuits. She goes on the idea. She pulls out the thumb drive. Time to train my cat. Identify the program. You watch the code spill across the screen and notice the address of the code node map being marked and logged. To watch, you see that the cat identifies weaknesses, marks nodes with multiple connections and fragile structures. It's making a plan of attack. Junji is going to blast her apart with raw data. She sees look of recognition in her eyes, and I thought I could show you something new. She looks impressed. Call it catch him a jammer. Cat for short. Give it a map. Give it the map of a network and entry port. It'll flood the system with the raw data. The network's noise. Any tech connected to it gets a killer headache. I built it to take the remnants of 𝓢𝓵𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 security out of commission and old derelicts. I had one too many close calls. Oh, dude, what will it do to his shop? Pretty much fry everything on our map. Camera, shutter door, alarm system will be pure chaos. She plucks up a thumb drive out under her deck and hands it over. Cat sticker on it, catching the light as you turn it over your fingers. We lost access, of course. Back to the screen, but there's an old 𝓢𝓵 port from the original facility just outside Kirsten's. The slot cat in there should be able to find a back door. You can be sure. I spotted it on the map. Kirsten hooked it up to some old fixed network, classic weakness. This isn't going to be quiet. His whole system's going to get data blasted. Not a subtle hack. When you slot the cat, you're going to get in, grab the feeds, and run. Sounds like one hell of a risk from always catch you both surprised he slips in the dark empty unit. Well, it's our best option. And where will we be when we run with the gauntlet and scramble the security and make the grab? I can monitor how it goes down remotely from here or the ship. So if it gives you a look, you tell he's fighting the hard to trust you. I trust you. She smiles, then smiles. Thanks. She starts to pack her deck. I'll find somewhere else to work from. Close the ship, but out of your way. When your shoulders are packed, glides the door. When you're ready, slap the cat and go. By the time you're back at the ship, I'll be there. Glance down. Won't leave without me. She shoots her final look and then slips out with the unit. The whole export's gonna hear about this, he shakes. We better be ready the moment we go slap this thing. This is what we have to do. Seems like it. Looks awry. I'll be at the ship prepping minions. We need to be ready to fit the lines as fast as we can. Be careful. Don't stop anyone. Don't stop for anyone or anything. And don't ever think about looking back. With that, he slips out of the unit, leaving you alone to consider what comes next. I'm gonna go stock the supplies because it's probably a really good idea. Actually, wait, we do have a couple days. I'll fill the fuel tank up, and let's see if he can find some supplies. So I'm gonna do some odd jobs as we wait. I only have 2 days out, just in case I need another day to roll over. Alright, he was able to get 1 supply, so that does save us some money. I'll do one more little salvage session. I'm gonna save the 6 just in case. Your plate locks up. For the cycle, shutter alarms, dozens of effector shape, snaking past deliveries and work orders. Hold your opposition. Take a deep breath, waiting for the sign that it's going to work. Get thumb drive, shimmering cat sticker sticking out. Old so high an access port. You imagine the flow of data as 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 seeks an entry point of the system. You think of Junji tucked away near the ship, watching you through the public network. You think of 𝓢𝓵𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 deep in the engine room, the rig. Hurry the hell up, you think. Enough waiting. You hear a pulsating whine noise, sputtering, and then screaming out. The kitchen shop, the shutter access scissors up, the door and down, the lights pulse, the alarm girls in confusion for a moment. Stunned and distilled as. People in the street then look at the shutter's motors burn out, and the cascade of sparks and acid now or never. Approach carefully. Skim around, people watching using them as a perimeter. They're pointing and talking, some of them are laughing while others look concerned. You confidently push past them, glide. Looking back, you take a moment to gather yourself in the chaos of the shop, well mounted. Screens scream white noise, and there's flickering lights. It's hard to concentrate, but you focus. You scramble over to the feed lines with the window, grabbing the bundle with both arms, waving violently as you grasp, as you wrench them, kicking off the counter. Out back the passage, you're aching. Glides you into the crowd. You steer yourself through the gap of gathering bodies, kicking off hard towards the port. Felines wave violently, but you grip them hard in your chest and you don't look back. Seraphim better be ready. Your arms ache, clutching the feed lines, but you don't loosen your grip until you see the entrance of the docking. Sleepy, you almost ignore the call, but until you realize that a voice. She glides out to meet you, a hand over your shoulder. I'm with you now. What a show. Certainly was loud. She smiles a little. Wish you could see the cat in action. You lie down the docking bridge, and Junji helps you with the trailing feeds. From what you can tell, the news of the chaos of the cat crew has not reached the port yet. You feel a flush of excitement as you enter the airlock. This is it. You did it. You try to focus, keep the elation, makes your hands tremble. You take a sharp turn to central passage of the ship, make your way to the engine, and then the feed lines now unwieldy in the cramped space. Seraphim waiting for you, shaking his head. Looks like we're in business. He lets out a sigh. And on the run from 2 different people now. He grabs the felines. I'll take it from here. He quickly begins the process of connecting the engine to the pseudo fuel tank. You watch and catch your breath as he works. How about you make yourself useful rather than making me nervous? Seraphim says about looking for. Go close the airlock and disconnect the bridge. You and Junji glance at each other. Both of you, now! Seraphim calls out. You both turn to make your way up to the passenger room, settling now. The airlock control panel, then you see him. He's coming up the bridge fast. Just close the fucking door! You handshake on the closure just in time that the door hisses and the slams shut in Kirsten's face. He glares at you through the airlock, but as he does, the docking bridge shutters and the scissors close, blocking him from view. You hear clunk as the clamps disengage. You are now free. They rushes past, gliding up to the passageway. Come on, get yourself strapped in. You and Junji silently follow him, head spinning, thoughts racing. He was pissed. He was like, you motherfucker. But also, that was really weird that he knew exactly where we're at. You slip into your seat as Seraphim punches in the departure sequence. The rig begins to pull away from the hexaport. Scissors from hands on the control. Oh, although I did technically tell him what ship we're in. So, and we are probably the only ship that looks like this. Close your eyes, you feel the force thrusting fire. the hell? He interrupts your shot, sword crush across the belt. We're now behind you, drifting out visual range, glittering lights now part of the background. The belt's thousands of reflective bodies. What trouble you stir up there? And has been surely left behind. Why Seraphim's mutterings worry you? What's up? There's been a transmission coming out of headquarters. Some kind of evacuator? He turns to the console. Let me check this. Ah, of course! Of course I'm getting fucking hacked still. Sleeper. The voice distorts as it cuts through you. Lane. Does it come from hack support? Yeah, we're at wide channel. Is he getting a wide channel broadcast? He rubs the back shoulder. They're warning people all through the course away from the station. You are slipping away. A squawk of noise, but we can't have that. Take this personally, Sleeper. A sharp intake of breath. After all of my mess, the care extended upon you, and this is how you repay me? At least we're heading away, Seraphim interrupts. Maybe it's just a precaution. See something glinting out there. Could that be you, Sleeper? You don't move, you don't breathe. All you hear is Lean's voice. You unclip your wrist, drifting. Okay. Of course. So I reach our first glitch. Vast darkened tear, voices echo warmly through your mind. You can't quite make out what's being said, then you attempt to focus on what's growing. A flare of pain, so you let fill the air, identifiable soft. You are floating, you cannot feel your body's weight. You're feeling pleasant. My brain. Pleasant, soothing at the moment. You realize it begins to fade. Something spasms in your fingers. You flick it away. Tension of the sole of your foot, and you kick your leg. A weight settles in your chest. You awake. You open your eyes, and light playing across the surface pattern stained with cushioning. You know, this is a lot better outcome than getting fucking shot. You're alone. The voice replaced by a hum of air cycling. The distant clank of maintenance system as you're alone. This is not your ship. You jerk up against the straps, hold you loosely at the berth, suddenly confined with the last things you remember, an overwhelming numbness below, an inspired animate. And a force trip through your mind. But you're like, where is it? What happened? Chill runs through you. Cold light fills the room. You float over the dark square of the window. You see stars, bright pinpricks of drive trails and skeletal docking bridges. This is a station. Sudden hiss draws your attention. The door, which slides open with a puff. Feeling pressure. The figure jumps as they see you're awake. You're up. They hesitate in the doorway. All right, I'm gonna cut it here because this is where we got to the other thing about because yes, me not fucking up. It is slightly annoying that there's the similar outcome, but whatever. But I will be back in a few minutes. Thank you for stopping by and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a subscription, leave a comment, a like. Maybe head over to my Twitch and Kick and follow me there and say hi. I hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your day.
The night is young, but it feels so old. A story written, yet never told. The mask is heavy, the air